Hi everyone, welcome to week 2 of ECE201 Introduction to Early Childhood Behavior Management. What you are looking right now is the home page of our course, and I'm just going to guide you through the classroom as to where to find everything in order to complete the week 2 assignments. The main thing you want to do is remember to always go to the left side of your screen to these gray links. For week 2, I'm going to click on the gray week 2, and then you'll notice the learning outcomes will appear. By the end of this week, we will have explored the relationship of a child's cultural background and how it affects their behavior. We'll talk about your personal preferences relating to making appropriate norms and expectations in your classrooms, meaning what would be a good baseline and what could you expect each individual child to achieve based upon the knowledge you have of those particular children. You'll also be applying your personal expectations to creating a behavior plan in a case study, as well as justifying the importance of developing relationships with the students in your classroom in order to know how to look at challenging behavior as well as how to handle it. As far as an overview for the week, by day 3 you want to, which is Thursday, you'll want to have responded to both of the initial discussion questions. Your peer responses are always due by Monday evenings, midnight. And then you have a written assignment which is due by Monday evening, midnight, titled Appropriate Behavior Expectations Case Study, which I briefly referred to a moment ago. In order to accomplish all these tasks, you want to be reading both chapters 5 and 6 from your textbook, as well as you want to go to this link here in regards to the Iris Center for Training Enhancements. You'll want to just do what I'm doing here and highlight the URL link, copy the link, and then paste it into your browser above. After completing all these readings, you will want to then work on your discussion questions. I strongly recommend typing those in an outside source like Microsoft Word, and then copying and pasting your responses into the classroom just in case the server does time out. You don't lose anything you did, as well as it's an easier way to check for spelling and grammatical errors using Tool Spelling and Grammar in Microsoft Word. The first discussion question deals with developing relationships, and this will be focusing on chapter 5 of the text. And you want to discuss why you think it's important to develop relationships with the young children in your classroom and what are the best methods for doing so. Now you'll note here it does say cite the class text with your response. When you're citing the course text, please make sure to put the author, the year, as well as the page number. The page number will let me know where in the textbook you located either your response or justification for your response. For the second discussion question, this refers to culture and behavior. This will be dealing with chapter 6 of your textbook, and in this question you're going to be discussing why it's important for teachers to understand a student's cultural background. I'll give you one example. I had a Haitian student my first year of teaching, and I was not familiar at that time with the Haitian culture, and I did not realize it was not appropriate for children to look at adults in the eyes, whereas in America we expect to have eye-to-eye contact when we're communicating. Now again, for this one you want to cite the textbook where you locate your justification for your response. And for both of these you want to have a minimum of 2 substantive peer responses. Of course, more is always welcome. As far as the written assignment, you will want to go to the link I showed you above to review the case study. And then after reading the case study, and I'd probably recommend taking notes while you're doing so, you're going to want to identify and describe 3 expectations for appropriate classroom behavior. You're going to want to analyze Ron's challenging behaviors, determine what factors are causing him to behave this way, and then come up with 2 specific strategies for addressing Ron's behavior and describe your implementation for how you're going to do so. So, what interventions are you going to use with Ron? How are you going to put them in place? Who will be responsible for doing these interventions? And how do you expect his behavior to change after trying these strategies out? As well as if they did not work, what else could you possibly try? Your paper should be at least 1 page, double spaced, and this does not include title page or reference page. You are, of course, welcome to have more than 1 page. I don't like cutting people short if they have more to say, especially in this case when there are so many points to address. I'd probably say 2 to 3 pages would even be better. You'll notice it does say to use at least 2 scholarly resources. You are welcome to use the textbook as one. Please do not use anything like Wikipedia. You'll want to look for scholarly articles. And then you click on this link here to review the rubric as for overall expectations, which in general is, indent the first line of each paragraph, checking for spelling and grammatical errors, things of that nature. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to email me by clicking this link above, and I look forward to interacting with you in our week's discussions. Have a great week.